Hello, hello again, and welcome back to Surviving to Thriving. And this show is for highly sensitives. And I like the term highly sensing actually, but for all those who are sensitives, this is your show. So it's here to help you learn how to go from just feeling like you're just barely surviving in a world that's too big, too loud, too much, and reaching a place of calm and being able to really embrace all the benefits of your traits so that you can be a really strong but gentle force in the world. So good to have you here as always. And this week, I'm going to talk about connecting with nature and specifically with trees, one of my very favorite things in the world. So, starting off with some quotes. Forget not that the earth delights to feel your bare feet, and the winds long to play with your hair. And that was from Khalil Gibran. And I mean, what's not to like about about that statement, right? I mean, we interact with nature ourselves and receive a lot from it. But what about this idea that nature actually receives that energy input, everything from us as well? We're made to be connected. So I just really loved that and was so glad that I came upon that one. And then another, in nature, nothing is perfect and everything is perfect. Trees can be contorted, bent in weird ways, and they're still beautiful. And Alice Walker brought us that, which I agree wholeheartedly. I'm always drawn actually to all of the trees that are just have so much personality, as I like to call it. Same thing when I pick a pumpkin, I do the same thing. I want not just perfect, I want something with some character. And with trees and other things in nature, we're able to see like, wow, they've really gone through a lot, and look at, they're still persevering and doing amazing. And it's so interesting. And those things tend to stand out the most if you're going to take a photo, for example. It's just something that's not the norm. So I appreciate that quote as well. And it is the way I see things as I'm experiencing time in nature. And then a final quote: it is not so much for its beauty that the forest makes a claim upon men's hearts, as for that subtle something, that quality of air, that emanation from old trees that so wonderfully changes and renews a weary spirit. From Robert Louis Stevenson. So all these poets, all of these writers, you know, uh, as I've mentioned before, tend to be highly sensitive in a much higher percentage as well, and have that experience often of having that really deep connection and having nature as their muse, as I feel the same. So I just love those to get us into that place of, oh yeah, nature, it's such an amazing force and something that we connect with. And I liked that idea of that first quote, that nature is there waiting for us to engage as well. So I have written and talked some about the importance and the depth of our connection as sensitives with nature. And there are many varieties of that, of the beauty that Mother Nature provides, and a lot to enjoy out there. And I love living where I live because I can immerse myself in mountains and lakes and forests, rivers and streams, and even different grasses and myriad plant species, like all really close around me. And I am always very conscious to never take that for granted because it is so important to me. And just like having connection with the sun is really big for me. So every single time the sun is out, I'm excited about it instead of getting like, oh, another sunny day. To me, it's just like, yo, it's a sunny day. You know, you can feel that sun on your skin and it brightens up everything. And same thing for everything in nature. It's from the, the littlest little ladybug to a great majestic tree. So not taking it for granted, making sure to have that connection. So it's hard to say which of these amazing natural phenomena that I like best. I mean, it's kind of like having to choose one option from a gourmet buffet table. Like, I have to pick just one thing. What about all of the other things that look so amazing? So it's hard to say that there's any one thing that I particularly like better than everything else, but I do have a really, really close relationship with trees. So that's where I'm focusing today. And I don't think I could live without them. I don't mean, of course, that I rely upon their amazing oxygen giving services to maintain all of my bodily functions and my mental functioning. And that's true. But I mean that my soul would really be at unrest if I couldn't see and commune with the trees often, and I would feel untethered. So I consider myself a tree hugger, toucher, sniffer, voyeur, speaker. In anything about trees, I'm there. And I just love and adore and cherish them. And I can't hike through the woods or near trees without stopping to touch and smell, even hug one or two or more. And I always have this little bit of a dialogue. I always tell them how amazing they are and thank them for being there, doing what they do for us, for me. Ask if they have any messages. Sometimes there's a message there. So to be connected with nature, you don't have to focus on trees, of course. And at one point, I lived in Colorado and played a lot of volleyball. And I had a fellow player there that was getting ready to move back to the Midwest. Was so excited. I mean, beyond, energized to be returning to where he had grown up. And that's what really worked for him. He liked the plains, the wide open vistas, and the big flat expanses. That was heaven for him. That's what fed him. And so he was so excited. And I remember thinking, that doesn't do it for me. I mean, I appreciate pretty much everything of nature, and I could appreciate seeing that, having that moment for maybe 5 minutes. And then I'd be longing for trees. I'd be looking for them. Like, where's the green? Where's the trees? And so we all have, differences of what really resonates and what our passion is in terms of nature. It doesn't have to be trees. I think it's more common maybe to have that connection with trees. But for me, that's what it is. So that's what I'm talking about today. So it is, though, about finding what does really resonate for you, making that a part of your life, your daily existence, every time that you can. And what better way to soothe your nervous system, which I know I speak of a lot, but then to spend time in your favorite type of nature. So back to trees, my favorite, or one of my favorites. So if you also feel amazing while spending time among or even touching trees, did you know that there's a scientific reason for this? That they actually produce chemicals that trigger us to produce oxytocin, which is that connection, love hormone that keeps parents and babies together and relationships, what draws us to one to another, and helps to decrease our cortisol, which is our main stress hormone, levels of all of those things. So research even shows that touching trees can decrease our heart rate and our blood pressure. So yay for amazing trees. What's not to like? And time with trees does, in fact, recharge us. There's a widely accepted practice in Japan. Hopefully will pronounce this correctly. It's Shinrin Yoku, and they call it forest bathing, or that's what that represents. And so now that, more people are aware of that idea. It's made its way to the States, and, you can hear about it more often now. But it really is just this plan, this time of immersing yourself in trees and allowing that to reboot. And it's something that in Japan, at least, is seen as so important. It's an integral part of everyone's life. And you can see people, there in various parks or places with forest treed areas, just taking a half hour or an hour or whatever out from their busy work and family schedules to just go hang out, walk through, sit, commune with the trees. I love that. We need much, much more of that in our country, for sure. And if you're starting at this point to feel a little bit motivated to learn a little bit more amazing things about trees, like how they communicate with one another and get in sync, it's pretty fascinating, then I'd really highly recommend a book called The Hidden Life of Trees. And you can find it on Amazon. It's really, really a great book. You might even be able to find it in your library. And on my list next is the same author's second in a nature series that he wrote called The Inner Life of Animals. So I'll keep you posted on that once I read that one. But The Hidden Life of Trees is very fascinating, all kinds of information in there that you would not necessarily know. Some of it is kind of mind-blowing, the way nature itself works and how everything is integrated, everything's connected. and the trees themselves, the trees with other things, including us. So nature is just so amazing, and the intricacies of her flora and fauna, and it's just astounding. So if you haven't stepped outside today to take in some nature, to make that communion with the natural world, it's probably time to do that. Hopefully you could do that on your lunch break or after work before you start up your family duties, whatever, at home. But just get out there and enjoy Mother Earth's bounty. And maybe if you're able, you can hug a tree. So I hope that just gives you some encouragement to take that step, to get out there and do that. Because I hear from a lot of people, oh, I know that always makes me feel so good, and I don't make it happen, or not very often. Maybe they wait till the weekend, or they think they're going to do it at lunchtime, and then things get busy and then it just doesn't happen. So like everything else, if there's something that's really important to us, we want it we want to make sure that it happens, we have to put it in our schedule until it becomes a habit or just automatic. So that might be one thing to say, oh yeah, I could really use some nature time every single day, and I'm not making that happen. So where can I put that in my schedule to make it happen? So hopefully that encourages you just a little bit to be doing more of that and seeing that as really vital for your health, not just something that's selfish or, to put on the back burner because everything else takes up that time. So what I would like to do now is just take you through a little guided imagery, little visualization of connecting with trees. So if you are able to be in a really comfortable place where you can close down your eyes, not have any distractions, of course, that's always best. Or you can just listen along and do this again later when you can do that, not be distracted, and really focus, allow yourself to just settle in to the exercise. So for now, wherever you are, paying attention to the seat that you're on, just allow yourself, as if you were a tree, to send a root from the core of you or from your tailbone down toward the center of the earth. You can visualize it as a root if you like, or just some kind of a cord, something that will connect you with the earth, and just see, feel, visualize that cord or that root making its way all the way to the very center, the very core of the planet. And as you do this, with each inhalation, allow the loving, supportive, vibrant energy from the earth itself coming up through that root, through that cord, into your being. And just feel that sense of grounding and connectedness. And then as you exhale, just allow anything that's not serving you, any kind of tension, any frustrations, anything, just release. And you can think of the earth itself, herself, taking that and transforming that into something positive. You can see it going out into the ether. But just bring in that loving, supportive energy. Feel that sense of grounding. And then exhale anything you're not wanting anymore. And now picture yourself standing in front of a little pathway at the very edge of a forest. And as you start walking on the path, first, you're just going to start paying attention to all of your senses. What do you hear, see, smell? What do you maybe even taste? Maybe there's some salt in the air. Maybe there's a little flower that you're going to sample as you go by. I think I've forgotten the fifth one. All of your senses, just everything that you're aware of. What's going on around you? What do you feel? Do you feel the path underneath your feet? Do you feel sunshine or breeze on your skin? Just be aware acutely of all of your surroundings, everything that you can sense right now. And then you start walking into the forest, and there's a whole variety of little saplings to maybe both deciduous and evergreen trees of all different ages and sizes, all the way up to really ancient, majestic old tree. And just pay attention to what the ground cover is, how much light is coming in among the trees. And as you allow yourself to relax more and more as you continue walking, notice that you feel a little tug or a pull in a certain direction toward a particular old, majestic tree. And just allow yourself to make your way there. And just start paying attention to what the tree looks like from the outside. It might be a pine or a fir, or maybe it's a deciduous tree of some kind. Whatever that is for you, it's really old, really big. And as you get closer, you pay attention to all of the details about this tree. What does the bark look like? Does it have a scent? What do the branches look like? Leaves or needles? If there's anything else on the branches, is it thick or pretty wide open? Just taking in all of those details. And then eventually you make your way all the way to the tree, and you reach out with both hands and you touch the bark. You touch this tree. You just allow your breathing to be normal but deep, just relaxed. Everything here is safe and unhurried and just perfect for you. Perfect temperature. Everything is good. And you just hold on to that tree with your hands. And then if you're inspired, you can step slightly closer and actually open up your arms and embrace, hug this tree. Maybe put your cheek to the bark itself. And just pay attention to what's going on in your own body as you're touching, communing with, hugging this tree. Can you feel yourself relax? Can you feel any other experiences within your body? Maybe tension that's going away, maybe a pain that's not there anymore. Just being aware. And notice if this tree actually has some kind of a scent. Sometimes we can smell things from bark, or the needles or leaves are really strong and they put off a very distinct aroma. Notice what you can smell, what you're touching. Is the bark smooth or rough? What is your sense as you're communing with this tree? And then now you step back for a moment. You can keep your hand on the tree, on the bark, as you go if you would like, or you can separate slightly, but you're going to stay really close to the tree and just start walking around the tree. Now this is a big tree, so this is going to take a little while. We're not in a hurry. We're walking very slowly, but it's really big around. So just walk slowly, keeping your hand there if you would like to just guide along the bark as you make your way around this enormous, majestic tree. Just paying attention to all of the root structure that you're having to step over. Any little insects you might see crawling on or flying around the bark or the branches. Maybe you're aware of some birds or squirrels that are joining you to be in this massive tree. And you continue walking all the way around, Just communing with this beautiful being. How you make your way around to where you started. And then either staying right here, or if there was a spot that you noticed as you walked around that you were really drawn to or connected with, or that you just really loved or preferred, go ahead and go to that spot. Or you can stay where you are right now. And moving your hand away for just a moment so that you can turn away. So you're turning away from the tree, just so that you can sit down at the very base in a comfortable spot where you can lean back against the tree. And as you do that, you can place your hands on the tree itself, right at the base, or on its roots, or down into the earth. Maybe it's leafy, or there's maybe some ground cover, whatever is down, maybe just dirt. Whatever that is, you can place your hands there, feeling that connection with Mother Earth. And as you lean back against this tree, and bringing in supportive, loving energy with every inhale, and just allowing your body to relax even more with every exhale as you really connect with this tree. Just feeling yourself with each exhale relaxing more and more, and becoming more and more one with this tree. And because everything is energy, trees are definitely sentient beings who can now, if you choose, open a little conversation, a little dialogue with the tree. Send it some love, some thanks. Tell it what you're grateful for. Of course, it's giving you life-saving oxygen, but so many other things. Be conscious of what you're grateful for this tree. It's shelter, it's windbreak, it's all kinds of different things that this massive tree that's been here for so many years is providing, and has been providing for the planet and humanity. And as you allow this connection to deepen and release everything that's not serving you, you can actually ask, do you have a message for me? And be open to receiving whatever that is. And likely this will be some kind of intuitive kind of just knowing or thought maybe that comes in. Perhaps actually though you hear a tree's voice, whatever that would be for you. Maybe it's very distinct and obvious. Whatever it is, obvious or subtle, just be open to receiving any kind of message that you might have from this tree. And as you receive that, even if you're not sure what that means, or you're like, well, I'm not really sure if I'm picking up anything or not, just know that it's coming in, and you may be aware of it later. It may make perfect sense later. Whatever it is, whether it's obvious or not, give thanks for that experience, for that message. Tell it once again what you're grateful for. And then one more deep breath, just letting everything release. And then you go ahead and stand up, turn around and face the tree again. Place your hands on it. Maybe you can give a little nod or a bow or another hug, something just emphasizing that connection. And you know this tree is always here. So as you turn away again and start to walk away, Maybe you want to keep looking back as you detach yourself. I mean, you can certainly do that. But as you're walking, you just know that tree is there always. You can go back anytime, physically or energetically, and even connect again and ask another message if you'd like. And you continue walking on the path again, paying attention to everything around you, paying attention to your body right now, noticing how it might feel different than when you started. And then eventually get to the beginning of the path where you did start. And one more deep, relaxing breath. And start to pay attention to your physical surroundings, where you are in this room right now, probably. Just being aware of the seat that you're on, everything that's surrounding you. Maybe there are sounds in the room. Wiggle your hands and your feet. Shrug your shoulders a little bit, maybe whatever it is, to make sure that you come fully back to the room where you are. And again, if you're somewhere where you weren't able to join us going through this at the moment, you can replay this later when you have a nice, calm, uninterrupted, undistracted space, so that you can get all the benefits out of the exercise. So thank you for being here today, and I look forward to chatting with you again next week. Have an amazing, amazing day.